Back to reality.
Back to reality.
Makes sense how you're like, fuck drinking after that.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yeah. I'm taking a break from drinking, taking a break from eating gross. Like, I went to the gym today.
Hell yeah.
Need to clean my diet, clear my mind.
Gotta do a cleanse.
Yeah. That was overstimulating. But I got back, and when I opened up Netflix, the very anticipated America's Next Top Model reality check documentary was on.
Yes.
And there's so many things I want to say. So I'll try to keep this, maybe try to short and sweet. But there's so many nuances. So I was brought up in like a reality TV, not like a TV family. Like that was kind of like our bond. Like between like my grandmother, my aunt, we would like gather at one house and watch TV from like Simple Life to Real Housewives to Desperate Housewives, Grey's Anatomy. We would all just watch like Thursday night, like big TV nights, Thursdays, Sundays. We'd all go to my grandma's house and watch TV together. America's Next Top Model is one of those shows. So I vividly remember being a kid and like, oh, it's Thursday night, or whatever night, we're all gonna watch America's Next Top Model. And we'd watch it like, oh my God, did it go crazy? And obviously it started 2002. So I was 6, 7? Mm-hmm. You don't really realize how fucked up that show was. And transparently, I'm only an episode and a half in. So next episode, we'll talk about it all. Because honestly,
at least this won't be spoiled.
Yeah, it won't be spoiling too much.
Right.
But I got through the first episode and I was like, first, Tyra should not be in this, man. I feel like the reason why Tyra Banks is in this documentary is to help clear her name and spin the narrative.
Yeah.
She wants to keep it as clean as possible because she knows what they did was extremely fucked up. And I have this theory that I spoke about with Mucho on the trip. Because when we were at All-Star Weekend, respectfully, whenever a Black woman had the potential to help us, they never did.
Really?
No.
Oh.
Whenever a Black woman had potential to either like, help us get into a party or, check something for us or direct us somewhere, they never helped us.
This is anecdotally speaking, but she's saying the truth.
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And I kept noticing it like, bro, how come every time we like ask someone a question and it's a Black woman, we get like attitude or like a huff and puff or like, no, I can't help you or da-da-da. But if it's someone else, they're like, oh yeah, cool. Like if it's a Black man, sometimes like, okay, cool. Like, God, you're even a white woman. Okay, yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yes.
Right. So I spoke about this because even when if I kind of zoom out of just this weekend, I just thought about it actually, right? When there is a Black woman in power, I would say there's a 50-50% chance this woman is going to help you or hurt you. And it's the same way where Black women get Black managers who are women, right? And I have a family member, a cousin, I remember she told me, she was like, yo, I'm so excited. My new manager is a Black woman. And her coworker was like, yo, this is either going to be really great for us or this is going to be the worst manager we ever had.
Right.
Do you want to know why? Because there's a 50-50 chance that Black woman is going to see something in you and help you, or she's going to see something in you and be threatened.
Ooh.
And this is...
And sometimes, and not all the time, but sometimes Black women in power don't want to help you because they're like, I had to crawl to get here, so you have to crawl too.
You could even call
and that was Tyra Banks.
It's like the bad parent theory. I'm not going to make things easier for you as a kid because I had to endure this as a kid. So I need to make sure that you deal with this as well.
Yeah.
So you're kind of almost saying that Tyra's experience with the modeling industry was her doing this to up and coming models through the show.
Yep.
Like, hey, let me put you through what I had to deal with as a model, as a Black woman.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
And I think she had good intentions of this show. Because, like I said, Tyra Banks was is a Black woman. Back then, modeling in the 90s, 2000s, Black women were the bottom of the bottom. Like, they didn't even want to see Black women on the runway.
It was just her and Naomi Campbell.
Her and Naomi Campbell and like Iman. Right? So they didn't want to see Black. Like, they didn't even care for Black at all. So I understand she had to crawl, scrape, fight, da-da-da-da. So the way that she had initially created the show was to help Black and brown women get in the limelight to be a big model.
That's why she started the show? That's what she said she started the show?
She started the show for.
Behind the scenes
I wanted
look.
to show, Black, that this is possible too. I want to show you the realities of the modeling game and help these women get seen. But that's not what the fuck she did. You know what I mean? And how she one that stood out to me in episode 1, how she treated the one Black model.
Which one?
Ebony in season 1.
Oh, Jesus.
How she treated her, I was like, dude, like, you're that black woman that black women hate to see in power.
Yes.
Because you're that black woman that's gonna slap your hand or make you feel small just to give me a taste of what it's like that you had to go through, instead of actually helping me or looking out for me. You know what I mean? And I've never been that type of black woman ever.
Helping hand.
Ever. I'm always a helping hand. Even when there's one black girl I used to work with, and she had left the company, but I used to work with, and at first her and I were cool, but I'm like, yo, you're just a bitch. Like, she was just so nasty, and she was so hard to work. I'm like, bro, why are you just like, why is everything a fight with you?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. Like, we're two black women working at the same corporate job. Like, I interviewed you.
Wow.
I interviewed you and I pressed yes to hire you.
Right.
And then you get here and you're just a dick. And like, I can't even defend you because you're a dick to me.
Right.
Why?
What do you think is the underlying reason behind all this stuff?
I don't know. I don't know if it's like a defense mechanism or, you know, sometimes black women, like I said, we're brought up in this like fight or flight mentality so much that you can't shake it. But sometimes it's nasty to see. And I think what Tyra did to Ebony in season 1 was like, they made her shave her head, even though she was already technically kind of bald. They made her shave her head even more. They had these white women like playing in her hair. She was of African descent, like African American. So obviously her hair texture is much thicker. Of course, it was natural. And they're like, they didn't even use the right clippers. They kind of gave her like bald spots a little bit. Like you have these 3 white women like, oh my God, like we're going to cut her hair. This is like, oh my God, it's so coarse. It's so thick. Like we should write her name in it. Like they're just playing this black.
Tyra didn't hire any black.
There were no black stylists there.
The only other black person was one of the judges.
Miss J, the runway coach.
Right.
So like you have all these 3 white stylists playing games as white women, as black women's hair. They shave her head. Okay, cool. And then she's thinking, okay, Tyra calls her the next day. She's thinking Tyra's gonna call her like, okay, like, don't worry, girl. Like I'm gonna help you out. Da da da. Tyra then calls her to tell her, oh, the judges had informed me that you come to the shoots looking ashy.
What? My bad.
No.
That's
Like,
fucked up.
it's fucked.
fucked
Like
up.
that's exactly what she. And she,
I would have laughed 20 years ago, but that's fucked up.
And the contestant was like, out of all things, you like, this is my first time talking to you. You're a black woman. You brought me on this show.
Yeah.
The first thing you're gonna say to me is the judges tell me that you look ashy.
Yeah, that's
So
awful.
then she starts like over moisturizing her skin.
Oh man, that's
And then the girls in the house complain that, oh, you touch the doorknobs are too oily, or you sit down and she's like, bro, like, what?
That was like the plot to one of the episodes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dead ass.
And you know it's the producers in the back like just convoluting it.
And they were saying that like the producers kind of pinned them against each other. And she was even saying like, she thought she'd come on the show, she was gonna shine, she was a black woman. They also like talked about her also being a lesbian. And like, oh, do you want in the show? They thought they were gonna make it into a story. So like, they gave her like this like angry black woman edit. And she was so upset because she was like, that's not what I came here for. But they just put her through so much shit. And I was just like, Tyra, like I said, I don't know why they even let her speak. It's like literally like having R. Kelly in the R. Kelly documentary. Like she was a terrible part of this.
Was she trying to spin the narrative the whole doc? Or was she like...
From what I've seen, she's not taking much accountability.
Because I heard like...
or the
Miss
mom
Trump-
that bullied her daughter, you know, in that other Netflix
Yeah,
doc.
exactly.
It's
And then like
you find out it's
you
her.
get to tell your story. Like what?
You can correct me if I'm wrong, but like some answers she gave straight up, and some were just like, "Oh, I don't remember," or like, "Oh, this was a different story," or like
Or
she would
this was
just
a different
spin
time.
shit around.
Da, da, da.
Like,
So did they actually continue?
no, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, like, because I only saw like the back half of it, and even that I was in like a fever dream for it. Like, did they really? Was there something wrong with Tyra? Like, does Tyra explain why, or like, was she on drugs or something at the time doing the show?
No,
or,
I
like-
just
for some additional context, from what I'm gathering, I just watched the review of the show to be honest. But from what I'm gathering, Tyra Banks was never really a supermodel.
No, she was.
Oh, Naomi
She
definitely.
never did like haute couture.
Oh,
before
no.
That's what a supermodel is.
I don't think she made it tonight. I think she was just under Naomi. Like Naomi was supermodel level.
Right.
Naomi, Iman, supermodels. Tyra,
was talk show, TV show.
no. She was still a model.
She was a
Don't get me
model.
wrong. She was still a model, like runway. But I don't think, from what I remember, and I could be wrong, I don't think I'd put her at the same level. And remember, her and Naomi Campbell kind of had beef a little bit.
Yeah, that was a very a very highly publicized thing.
She was
Which also kind of was, again, why are 2 black women, the 2 old, like, 2 out of 3 black women in the modeling industry beefing each other.
She was
know
more
what
of a
I'm saying?
personality than a model at that time.
Yeah, like just to answer why she did all that, I could see her desperate
I think
on the show, just using it as a vehicle
to
for
stay
fame.
relevant,
Yeah.
to stay relevant. And I think that kind of comes out of what she was like, I have this thing, I have this idea and da-da-da, and it's going to blow. She was getting all this press for season 1. It was going to be a success. Da-da. Like, I have this thing, I made this thing, I'm changing, model, I'm changing. But I think it was more about her and her staying relevant as a person in Hollywood or in the industry, as a famous individual, but not really about shedding light on the modeling industry. It's more just like, this is Tyra Banks, my show, and I'm changing the world, and I'm the face of this.
Right.
And did every season get worse?
Yeah.
So that's the thing that I've seen, because I saw the Biggest Loser, the documentary for The Biggest Loser, right? And so they felt like they had pressure to one up every season.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because no matter how salacious it is, all right, what are you doing the next one?
Yeah.
You know? So I could see
that-
that being a reason that
Right.
shit gets bad too.
And also, reality TV back then was just so fucking sick, if we're being honest.
Y'all
like,
seen the Jerry Springer Netflix doc?
Jerry
Ew.
Springer. Bro, Maury Povich, do you remember
Crimes against humanity.
when Maury Povich, we can clip this by the way, Maury Povich had a segment that was, is it a man or not?
Yeah.
I
yeah.
don't
And they
remember.
would have cross-dressing men or cross-dressing men or transgender women walk a runway, and people would guess if it's a man or not.
That's sick.
And like, I would love it.
Jerry would
I'd
have
be
the
a
clan
kid
on.
like, it's a man, mom, it's a man.
Right.
Like, that's not normal.
No.
Why were we watching a show
That's fucked up.
guessing the sex of this person? It was, and my grandma used to love, oh God, this world, next season is going to be it's a man or not. So excited. Like, why did that?
Damn.
There was a weird shift in that era where like cartoons started to become more popular because it was more outlandish. So then the network started to find reality shows to combat that so they get more viewers back. So the more outrageous the reality show was, the more viewers they got on the network, they kept upping that shit.
It was nuts to me.
That's why they did Guess the Man did.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think, that episode was nuts. Like what they did.
Damn, imagine guessing wrong, yo. Imagine you're on that show. You know what I mean? You're like kind of like an insecure straight guy. And you're on that show and you're like, oh yeah, that's definitely a woman.
Yeah.
And then
Or
you-
you're a
and
woman
then-
and people say it's a man.
oh,
Ugh. Oh god.
oh yeah, and then if you're the woman, and
Yeah.
then so yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what?
That's a lot of hurt feelings, man. That's got
Wild.
You
I gotta
didn't,
look
you
that
didn't
up.
finish the whole thing. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, so
I just said I gotta look that up though.
yeah, so I got to this the end of episode 1 where Shandy comes on. And we're going to season 2 now. Like I said, the network picks it up. It's a big hit. The budget's increased, da-da-da. And there's, and I kind of stopped because it started to get too heavy and I had to get ready to come here. But the end of episode 1 was her talking about how she gets sexually assaulted on the show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, she gets sexually assaulted by men that they hired to like bring them around in
They're
Milan.
taxi drivers, yeah.
Taxi drivers, like moped drivers. They invite them back to the crib to like, oh, let's invite the guys back and like, yo, drink, da da da. And also, she says that she probably had 2 bottles of wine.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, this is an 18-year-old girl.
Oh.
She is tiny. These women are barely eating. They're on road all day.
Yeah, she done.
I'll never forget this. And people remember, when you don't eat and you drink,
Yeah.
you will get drunk so fast. And I remember when I used to work at Sport Check at Yorkdale, RIP Moxie's at Yorkdale. We used to go, if we worked on a Wednesday night, we'd walk over to Moxie's and have half price wine. And we would all get a bottle of wine each and we would drink after a shift and just talk shit, da da da. And I remember.
Each?
Yeah, sometimes. Or like.
It's a movie.
No, dead ass. Think about it. Or some people.
Wine night, nigga.
Yeah. Or like, two of you would share 2 bottles of wine.
Yeah.
Like, it's a bottle of wine each. You know,
that's-
we have a
that
bottle.
is
Okay, let's
what-
order another one.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
half
I
price.
don't know why I'm acting miskin. I'd be doing that.
This
Yeah.
is what people do on wine night. They go cop a whole bottle to themselves.
Yeah, so initially you'd end up having a bottle of wine. And I remember one time we went and I didn't eat. I remember I didn't have anything on my lunch break. So we went to Moxie's and I had maybe like 3 glasses of wine and I was so fucked. Like I remember my friend drove me home and I was like, bro, I'm gonna throw up out your car.
Right.
And like she pulled over and that's one time, like maybe one of 3 times I like threw up from alcohol. But I was just like, bro, and I'm like, oh, in my head, I'm like, oh, it's just wine, but like I didn't have anything to eat.
Right.
And you're drinking alcohol on an empty stomach. So this girl who is 18, tiny, nothing to eat, she said she probably drank 2 bottles of wine. She's blackout. But they painted it as, oh, she was drunk, hooked up with this Italian man, cheated on her boyfriend at home when she was like, actually, I was raped.
Yeah.
Like, I have no recollection of that happening.
And
but
she
they
used
just
it as a
filmed,
cheating
But they
storyline.
used it as a cheating storyline.
Did you get to the part where they talked about the producers about it?
No, I didn't get to that part yet. I stopped watching. After she talked to I'm like, oh shit, I paused it. So
Without getting graphic, can I say like what they said in an explanation?
no, because you're going to spoil it for me.
Okay.
Okay, fine, go. Whatever, go.
The basic summary of it is like they say like, oh, like whatever the cameras were rolling, they can't stop anything. Like whatever is happening is happening. They asked, you know what? I'm not going to spoil that part, but they went to a certain person behind the scenes and said, hey, do you know what's happening? They said, oh, was she drunk or did she cheat? Like they were trying to spin it. What happened after that was the most fucked up thing I could have ever predicted that you do on reality television as a person who's in this situation. The fact that this woman is still willing to talk about it and laugh at certain things is insane
Did
to
she
me.
laugh? From what I see, she didn't laugh at nothing.
No. At certain parts, like during the end where like she was talking about it, she's laughing as a comfort mechanism to talk about certain things.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
Yeah, because they tell her because she was like on like track to win. Like they loved her. And she was like this like small girl from like Missouri. Like she had no idea what modeling even fucking was. She worked at Walgreens. She was a cashier at Walgreens. She was 18. And then she auditioned for the show as a joke. And they were like, oh, let's kind of like ugly ducking into hot girl. That was kind of like her storyline.
Oh man.
Yeah, and like dyed her hair blonde. She was like this blonde bombshell. They did her makeup. She was like gorgeous.
With a boyfriend waiting at
And
home
she had a
too.
boyfriend from Kansas. She was like I said, she was 18, 19. She left her family. And the thing is also they take these girls who come from like a hard time at home, you know,
Right.
parents running around, and then like bring them to this show, give them a spot, make them feel validated, for them to put their guard down, but then they're actually like their enemy at the end of the day.
They purposely choose insecure women who say, I've never felt validation.
Yeah.
I never felt pretty.
Or I want to
producers
be a
start
model,
rubbing their
but you know,
hands.
my mom left when I was young, or or I'm queer and I've been in the closet. Like they keep like they wanted like these really sad, dark stories. But it was weird, man. It was weird.
What did these models get if they won?
They got
A modeling contract.
yeah, you got a modeling contract. I think a cover with Marie Claire magazine at the time.
That was the
Yes.
thing. Yeah, you get a cover of
you
something.
get a magazine cover, and you get like a 1 year modeling contract, one of the biggest agencies at the time, or blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But some people got big from American Star. I won't lie, like some people did. Like I know she doesn't. Like Winnie Harlow was on American Star Model.
Oh, was she?
Yes,
Oh,
and I know she
salute.
made a statement a couple years ago saying that show did nothing for her. And like I said, I'm not gonna. I don't know what her story is
Right,
in that
right.
sense, but I mean that she was on the show. So whether it helped her or not, she was on the show. Eva Marcille was one of the winners from the
was
show.
she?
Yeah.
Okay, these are some names I actually know.
Yeah, exactly. So like I said, they started on that show, and they're people, good people or big people now. But yeah, it just turned into a very toxic, sick show.
I'm not spoiling anything. All I'm gonna say is when I watched the end of it, whatever happens to the people at the end of this, I don't feel bad for anybody in this fucking thing.
Even the models, the
No.
contestants.
I'm talking about just like production and everyone.
Oh,
behind. Like, yeah.
The
And
suspects.
it's crazy to see these women now because none of them kept up with modeling. A lot of them. No, I'm not, it's not like I'm being dead ass.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
when they showed them, like they were like 17 and like skinny, and now they're just like a average sized woman, just like not. I don't want to say normal, but you know they're not. They don't have that model like super skinny. They're just like a normal woman now.
Yeah.
because they didn't go that route.
Yeah.
But it's just nuts to see like the 180 that a lot of these women did because this show was just like so traumatizing for them.
It turned
and
them
they would
off from it,
tear
yeah.
them into shreds. And the reason why this is even happening was Tyra said it was because she said opening line was it was 2020. People are at home, they're bored, they're binging TV. People started binging America's Next Top Model.
You ran
again.
that back and said, "Oh, you were kind of a monster,
And then
weren't you?"
people on TikTok were like, "Yo, did y'all ever like watch this show as an adult? Like, do you remember how fucked up people started watching it? Like, yo, this show was really fucked."
The way they
And they've been trying to cancel Tyra ever since.
the way these people talk to these models, I'm like, how the fuck did they allow this on TV?
It's crazy.
And
It'd be like this big fat pig, and she'd be like 89 pounds.
There's someone they typecast as like the big girl, right?
Yeah.
yes,
There's
they
like
purposely
this one-
say like, oh, you have a little belly. Well, you're the plus
No,
size.
wasn't
Yeah.
there like one specific one who Tyra used to always get at
Yes,
for being?
they.
Yeah, I remember her. Yeah.
They address that in the other episodes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is, and also, like I said, there's some truth to it. Because I said, my aunt used to be a model, and she used to be very thin. Like this was like back in like 90s. Like she used to live in like she used to be on like L'Oreal bottles. Or like L'Oreal boxes. She'd be in magazines. Like she was a model. Pretty big in like the US. But she was always super tiny. And I remember being a kid and she would be like, oh, like I remember her talking to my mom, like, oh yeah, like I have to be plus size now. And like she wasn't plus size. But she wasn't her like super skinny size, but like she might have gained, like you're getting older, your body changes, you gain weight. And she's like, yeah, like they're forcing me to be plus size now.
Right.
So that's a real thing.
It just ebbs and flows.
Yeah. And if you put on 5 pounds, oh yeah, no. She's way too big.
Yeah. Do you know what the look they called it in the late 90s?
No.
Early 2000s? Heroin chic.
Oh, heroin chic. Yeah. That's what they said in the documentary too.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they said it was heroin chic, which is nuts.
Heroin chic.
Yeah.
That was the look that they were trying to attain in the late 90s, early 2000s.
And there's a part in the show again, and then we'll move on. There's a part in the show where they ask her if she's a virgin. I told you about my uncle talking about women who are virgins. That's this on air.
I don't think so.
I don't
Okay, so
I don't
anyways,
remember anyway.
You told me, I think.
Yeah, so anyways, so my uncle used to work in the fashion industry and
Yeah,
like
he
people
told
that
me.
I know, and they said that you can always tell when a woman's a virgin when she does a catwalk because, you know, the confidence that they have, the sex appeal, the way they swing their hips, you can tell if they're like sexually
Active.
educated.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So they asked her, she's like, oh, so I'm 18, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, are you a virgin? And she was like, yeah.
Next.
But no, I think they kept her, but like the fact they even asked, I'm like, yeah, that's a real thing. They even asked, like, oh, so you're a virgin.
Yeah.
Which is fucked up because if his theory holds true, it's a valid question. It might be inappropriate, but pragmatically speaking, it's a valid question.
Yeah, and like back in the 90s, they would say women who are virgins aren't as strong models than women who aren't.
Damn.
That's wow.
I gotta watch episodes 1 and 2 because I missed all that evil shit. I did see the part where probably the most viral redone moment from that show's running. They divide a whole section for it. We were all rooting for you.
Oh
you know?
yeah, that opens episode 1.
And,
like
and I
that
think
scene.
it is, and I think it is more so the climax of like the third part.
There was a thing in episode 3. I wish you would watch it that I want to ask you personally because this has to do with you as a businesswoman.
Okay.
We'll get to that when
I'll
you
get
watch
there.
it.
Yeah.
We'll revisit.
But anyways, guys, we'll revisit it next week when I finish it. But yeah, if you watch this show or if you just want to like watch a good documentary or you even remember this show slightly, I think you should watch it. Because it's crazy what Tyra Banks did just to keep this show going and seeing how reality like they would do anything for ratings and like even like what they look for, like for Nigel Barker, who was the photographer judge, they literally said we want a white, straight male judge. Those were the criteria. White, straight, male.
They said that on the show?
That's what they wanted. Like they told the scout.
They told the scout, sorry.
Do you remember what the producer said why they wanted him though?
Because they already had 2 gays and 2 people of color.
Yes.
So Miss J and J Manuel were a gay Latino and a gay black man. And they were like, that's too much. So we need a photographer, has to be straight, has to be white, has to be a man.
To be fair, that sounds like typical Hollywood casting.
It does.
Yeah, but it just feels, because even Jay was like, when they told Jay Manuel that, he was like, that's kind of crazy, but okay. And then they hired Nigel Barker. Like he was also half Sri Lankan.
But he just kind
he
of
was just white passing.
Yeah.
But his mother was Sri Lankan.
Right.
So it was just so weird. But yeah.
I thought Nigel was.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, you should watch it. Anyways.